your knuckles rattle. And now, the hosts of your show, Miss Eileen Simons and Paula Brady. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How is everybody? Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine.
Great.
Yeah, you have recovered, huh?
I have recovered. I'm on assignment today. That's why I'm zooming in.
There you go. Well, hey, you got to do business, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
that's what it's all about. And well, thank you so much for helping out with the chili cook-off.
That chili cook-off was a great event. I hope the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County raised a lot of money. It was a wonderful venue and the rain held off for us. I was very, very happy to be there, and thank you for inviting me.
Oh, well, you know, was very interesting about that whole thing is that after it was over, of course, we're knocking down all the booths and stuff. And I was talking to one of the Mets people, and they were just saying, oh, we want to do this next year. We want to do that next year. We want to add some other stuff next year, you know? So
awesome.
It's like, okay, this is, you got them all excited.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Eileen said they've done such a beautiful job with the renovations there
Oh,
and everything. I haven't had the pleasure to be there yet.
And
but
I'll bet I talked
hopefully
to
next year.
maybe 20, 25 people that had never seen that ballpark before. So, I mean, you know, for the St.
Look at all that great exposure then for the ballpark.
It's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Clover, what do they call it? Clover Field now?
Clover Park.
Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Clover Park.
And it's a software company that the New York Mets use in New York. And obviously
Oh.
they use here as well. But yeah.
That's
so.
nice. Well, last year we didn't have they didn't have the fireworks exhibit, I don't think, but the year before we were able to go to it, and it was beautiful, but it was outside, outside the stadium. But
Sure.
it was such a nice place to do it because he had such a lot of parking, and it was awesome.
Oh,
But
yeah. Yeah. The Mets fireworks show
yeah.
is always wonderful. They try and do it well when we don't have a drought,
Right.
in conjunction with our Christmas in July baseball game, which, you know, did it, what was it, 25th straight year that they Mets have done that for our Christmas
That
kids.
was fun.
So yeah. And that was the shirt that I was wearing on Saturday.
Oh,
On
that's
Saturday?
Was the Mets baseball players actually wore those jerseys, and then they auctioned them off after.
Oh, that's how you got one.
I hope they
Uh-huh.
laundered them. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I would think they would have, or you could have anyway, but
Oh
that's
gosh.
awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to go into that stadium though. I haven't been
Oh, you
inside
love it. You
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, it's
I think the
phenomenal.
last time I was in a baseball stadium was in the old, I can't remember what it's called, the old Baltimore Orioles
Oh
stadium.
my gosh, that was the old Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium. Yeah, when we first moved there, we
Wow.
went for several games there. It was really nice. But
Yeah. Well, you know, it's again, Eileen, thank you so much for being there. And you know, and thank A&G Pools, who I think they donated 50,000 to get it going. And yeah,
Wow.
it's they've done a great job of the Boys and Girls Club up here. There's
That's
no doubt
great.
about it. And
hopefully it'll be
Yes.
a good success.
And there'll be room for more. I mean, if they have it there again next year, it sounds like they could have accommodated more booths than they had.
oh yeah. And I think the problem with this was like the third move that they had to make. What necessitated this was that the Fen Center was turned into a COVID testing site.
Right.
And so they couldn't do anything there. And then, so they were going to have it at the Boys and Girls Club, which is on the side of the West Side Church. You know, I don't know why there's objections there, but there were a few. So then the Mets just said, hey, what about us?
Oh, that's
We have an
great.
empty baseball stadium.
That-
And so, and
There
that's
you
how,
go.
that's how all that came to be. And it just, boy, it worked out fine.
That's
And,
fabulous. Yeah.
and Tommy John.
Our Realtor Association used to have a family game event there every year, but we had to cancel it because of COVID. And We haven't had it 2 years there from my understanding. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is, 2 years, because we had to cancel it because of COVID and their renovations. So hopefully this next year they'll be able to bring it back, because
Yeah.
that was a great event also. That's part of our community outreach program, which raises funds for the Attainable Housing Foundation in
Yeah.
St. Lucie County.
That's awesome. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because I talked to Casey at the Mets and mentioned that to her. And she said, yeah, let's do it. So, you know,
That'd be good.
the Mets are ready.
Yeah.
Whenever you realtors are ready.
Well, I'll let them know at the Realtor Association.
Sure. Yeah.
That's great.
Sounds great. So other than that, how are your weekends?
Did you have to, my question first was, did you have to take a lot of Tums, or was all the chili really, really good? Was it really spicy or just?
Well, it depended, because where I had chili, not only the WPSL booth, but other booths, if they had more than one chili available, I always asked, because I'm not a spicy person.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not either, but I love chili. So it would have been fun to test them out. See
We-
how
yes.
different people make them.
We had two
Who
restaurants.
won the chili contest, Greg?
You know, that's a good question. I think it was either the Hands Clinic or oh gosh, Hoskins Turco was in there somewhere. The Hands Clinic, and I forget who the other one. Oh, FPUA.
Oh,
And glad to see them back, because they haven't been in a while. So
Oh,
yeah. So that
well,
was,
tell G that I loved his chili. I thought it was excellent.
yep, as I call it, the Hall of Fame chili. And I really thought this was going to be his year. I
oh,
really did. When I tasted his chili, I thought, oh my gosh, you know, and yeah, he was edged out by the firefighters
Oh.
3 years ago. And so, yeah, and the firefighters weren't there. So I was sitting there, oh boy.
oh, he's
yeah,
gonna win. He's gonna
He's
win.
gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's fun.
yeah, you know, and that it's great. And of course, Steve Hoskins and Taylor and Hoskins Turco did such an amazing job in their booth, and Taylor is becoming quite involved in the Boys and Girls Club too. So that's good. She's
Oh, that's wonderful.
yep, she's a chip off her daddy's block there.
Oh,
That is yeah,
That's great.
doing well at the law firm. Yeah.
It's always good to give back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
What do they call it now? Paying it forward.
yeah.
Paying it forward.
Yes. And I know obviously that's what you guys talk about here all the time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
It makes a difference. It makes it, hopefully
It
makes a
does.
difference.
It really
That's what
does.
You do. Right. Right.
That's
So-
why I always say there's no I in realtor. It's all about you.
there you go. Yeah.
About you.
So
Yeah.
are you still growing?
Of course, we're always growing. We're always looking for agents who want to be part of our team. So before I do that, I want to remind everybody, if you want to call into the show with any real estate related questions or comments, you call 772-340-1590. That's the phone number here at the station, and we'll discuss your topic with you. And if you want to contact us about being our favorite customer and client, because everybody is our favorite customer and client, you're going to reach us at 772-200-5105. Our email is mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com, and the website mydreamhomeusa.com.
Cool.
Right.
Yep. And so Paula, you going to be out at the air show too? I know Eileen is.
I'm hoping to. Yeah.
13th and 14th
of November. Yeah.
November.
If I have my house.
Oh, 13th. I thought it was 12th and 13th.
The
I have
12th
to
is
look
the,
up.
12th is the Dirty Flight party on Friday night. And then the 13th and 14th is the actual flying. And
Yeah.
it's
That'll be
Okay.
fun.
it's technically a 3-day event. It's the Dirty Flight thing is phenomenal. I always have a basketball game that night, so I can never go.
Get to go
but,
to that?
But it's,
Aw.
I've heard it's wild.
That'll be fun. That I'd love to do it. I should definitely be able to do it. And by then, I've had my house disrupted for the last 2 weeks. So once I get back together again, I'm going to feel more organized and
So,
get to do things.
Carol and I were thinking of remodeling a little bit until we heard some
Oh,
of your
my Lord.
stories. I don't know if we're ready for
The
that
biggest
yet.
thing is where
Well,
to put
Paula's
it
done it
all.
in pieces and parts. That's been part of the problem, you know, and when you have to live among, the renovations, what, 3
Oh.
months last year, and now are you on your second week now or
Second
third
week, we're close to third week. Yeah. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks. So once the construction and the changes are done, then we got to put all the junk back.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, people forget that you have to remove everything from the area that they're going to do the renovations
Right,
in. So that's been her challenge
Oh my
up
goodness.
until last week when they started construction.
Yeah, I tell everybody, you don't realize how much you have in a room until you try to take it all out.
Yep.
The room was like one of those little sponges that are dry and small, and then you put them in water and they like explode. That's what happens. You move one thing out and it just explodes. There's 50 million other things. It's crazy, but I'm looking forward to having it done though. So it's making me get organized, making me throw things out and donate and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's us. I mean, we can do a lot
Do a
of
lot of it.
donating.
My community's going to have a yard sale, and somebody asked me the other day, are you going to participate in the yard sale? And I said, well, the issue with that is I've got lots of stuff that has to go, but I have nowhere to store it until the yard sale. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to get donated ahead of time, but it's amazing how much stuff accumulate over
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Well, by the time they have the yard sale, you'll probably be able to find more.
Find more. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the stuff that's on the bottom right now that we can't get rid of. Anyway, I'm looking forward to having it finished though. It'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Well, and you know, getting back to the chili cook-off again, what was truly amazing is that, of course, Irma Cabriales, as we speak, is right over on the other side on La Gigante. Her daughter basically grew up in this radio station. She did. And they had a little show called The Pato Show. And it was
Oh,
hosted
yes.
by
They're
little
beautiful
kids.
Oh,
dancers.
that's cool.
Well,
They're gorgeous.
oh yeah. Well, and of course, now her daughter is a mom herself. And anyway, Frances was dancing with one of her friends a little bit earlier. And then it was Sophie's turn, her little daughter.
Yeah.
The granddaughter. And she was magnificent.
Oh, that's fun.
Just
She's
That's
only
fun.
6, right?
If that, yeah, gorgeous. I mean, it was truly amazing.
And
to
they had
see.
that exhibition at the chili cook-off. They
Yeah,
did that
yep.
too. Oh,
And
that's
actually,
great.
they
Yep.
had a stage down by home plate,
Oh,
and
nice.
it was great. And-
Oh man, I would like to have seen that. That's fun. Yeah.
oh yeah. Well, if you go on my Facebook site, you'll see
Okay.
Mama. But the problem was, I was on stage when Sophie was there, and she was almost right next to me. I couldn't take any pictures of her. I was so
Oh.
frustrated.
Well, I'm sure somebody did.
Yeah, well, I know Mom was shooting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to get something from her. Yeah.
That
Was a
Oh.
talent contest for the kids, wasn't it? Later in the
Right.
day?
Well, and that was it. That was there was one little girl that was a green belt
wow.
karate. So they gave them both medals.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there weren't any little guys this year. So they had 2 guys on the Boys and Girls Club who did some rap dancing. It was very funny.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they were great. They were great. But what an event. Wow.
Fun to get them involved in it too. That's neat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hats off to the
And they had a costume contest for the kids
Yeah.
earlier in the afternoon.
And yeah, I know they had a chili eating contest. I was back at the booth, so I didn't see that. But
Wow.
you know,
Oh, wow.
and they and again, it was kids, and they had, I don't know, they had bunches of bowls lined up. So yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that's fun. They always make it fun because you're going to get unusual situations. You get to laugh and have a good time. So that's fun.
Well,
Things
and we
are
had some people
unpredictable.
come by, and Eileen, I think you talked to a couple of them where they wanted to try Mr. G's chili. Well, as it turned out, we did that a few times, but we almost didn't have enough of the judges.
Wow.
It was like, whoa.
It went
Yeah.
quick. That's
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it did.
because they don't come until, I was surprised how late they came to collect the chili. And it's a very secret thing because, all the bowls are alike. And I said, well, how do they know which one is ours? Well, there's a number on the bottom of the bowl that corresponds with the booth. So that's the only way they knew which chili came from which booth.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
Oh
fun.
yeah. Yeah. It's and really they take the judges take it seriously. And I did it for over 20 years. So it was like, okay, we didn't take it so seriously. That's probably why we're not judging anymore. Oh,
That's fun.
yeah. Oh,
But they try to keep it as neutral as possible. The judges, nobody knew who the judges were. That was all a secret. So
yeah.
I commend them for that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Wow. So we've talked chili cook-off for 20 minutes.
Yeah, gee.
So what's happening in your world anyway? Real estate.
Well, I brought some stats today, but again, before I go into the stats, I just want to put an invitation out there to anyone who wants to be a realtor, or if you're already a realtor and you're interested in joining our team. You can specialize in a particular area. We will help you do your marketing. If you have been a realtor for a long time and you're considering retirement, all of those years of experience in that list of customers is certainly worth something. So contact us and we can help you make a lucrative plan for exiting the profession.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I
Yeah.
wish you had told me that about exiting the medical profession. No, I'm teasing. We did some. No, that's great.
Well, that was different, when
Yeah.
you make a big move like that.
Yeah, but there's a lot to the knowledge that you have, a lot of wealth to the knowledge that you have, or a lot of value to the knowledge that you have if you've been in this business for a long time. So at least to me, there is. And
Yes, we're
Well,
always learning something new. If you're going to
Right.
become a realtor, you have to commit to lifelong learning because you're going to learn something different on every transaction, and laws and regulations change all the time. So you are constantly learning, besides the fact that we have to do Con Ed, continuing education, a
right.
certain number of hours every year before we renew I think our license renews every 2 years now, but there's a certain number of hours of continuing education that you have to complete before your renewal. But besides that, we are always learning because the market's always changing.
Changing. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So it's fun though.
Just like
Interesting.
this article, 30-year mortgage rates reach highest point since early spring.
Uh-oh.
While mortgage rates are still historically low, they have gone up over the summer. Levels in April, and this was a survey done by Freddie Mac. So levels in April were at about 2.88% for mortgages, and now this week they're up to 3.9%. So while that doesn't sound like much over a 30-year mortgage, that those percentages do add up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
They are predicting that it will be as high as 4% by the end of 2022.
Oh, I'll bet it at least.
Yeah.
It's the way things are going now. It's crazy.
Oh, just
All you have to do is go
unbelievable.
through a grocery store.
Oh yeah.
And
Or a
you know,
gas station.
Well,
Yeah.
that's crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it took me $42 to fill up my tank this weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, and me too. And you know, my mine gets really good gas mileage. And you know, you just think, okay, well, it was very interesting. I saw something on CNBC where this administration is selling a lot of our petroleum offshore.
Ugh.
So it's, and now I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. We're the goal of some of the people in this group are to have us at $7 a gallon. And you know, it's like that's where they're going to get some of the tax money from.
Right.
Because they want to do $2 federal taxes. And so, yeah, it's crazy.
It
and
doesn't make sense.
and you know, okay, so you start thinking, what uses gas? Trucks, airplanes.
Oh,
Was
yes.
was talking to our IRC coach's bride, who was talking about we're playing over Thanksgiving weekend, so she was thinking of taking the kids back home to Missouri.
Uh-huh.
Well, they were talking $1,900 flights.
But yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
To me, it seems now, well, you don't want to get me going, but anyway, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
well, no, it's
Because
crazy.
you raise all that, where are you going to get the money from? Because the people that are working are not, their salaries are not getting raised enough to make the difference.
No, oh no.
Well, and what will happen also is when people have to put their money other places, they can't put it into a home.
Right. A home or savings so that when they get our age, they can survive. You know, those are the things that you have to look at too. What's going to happen to these people that can't save for retirement because, you know, they're not going to have any way to support themselves.
Well, and as both of you have talked about, rentals are skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yes, they are.
Can't, and it's almost as easier to or more. I don't know how to say it, but anyway, that to buy something than to rent, because renting, you're just throwing your money away. At least with buying, you're going to have some kind of equity or some kind of
Sure.
value in your home.
Sure.
But the rents are just astronomical.
Yeah, I think the last time we did a piece to compare the two, rentals ended up being 19% a year more expensive than buying a home.
Yeah, it wasn't
So-
very long ago that you talked about that. There was an article that you had read and we were talking about that.
Sure.
So,
Right. And we are already seeing prices leveling off a little bit.
yeah.
I don't see them going up. Although I do think that when season comes, I think we'll have an increase again. But right now, while there are still multiple offers on most properties, a lot of them are not selling for asking price anymore. They're selling below asking price.
Right. But you know, my thought though is the younger people that are working and the taxes are going up. They're not able to save even for down payments. So it's going to be tough for them to even get into a home. So
Well, and that translates to higher interest rates too.
right.
Sure. Yeah.
But I do have closed sales numbers for, when was this published? These are, because now we're getting to the end of October, but they finished the September stats. So I have September stats for us today.
Okay.
These are closed sales in Broward County. There were 1,489, and these are MLS sales. These don't include private sales. So 1,489 closed sales in Broward, 1,450 closed sales in Palm Beach County, 615 closed sales in St. Lucie County, and 393 closed sales in Martin County. For a healthy real estate market, we should have a 3-month supply of houses on the market. That's what they consider a healthy market. And the numbers in Broward County are 1.5 months. Palm
Ooh.
Beach County is 1.4 months. St. Lucie County is 1.2 months, and Martin County is 1 month.
Whoa,
Shows you how low the inventory still is.
my goodness.
Yeah, everything goes quickly. That's for sure. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to say, this is it. And I'm not a real good person at making those kind of judgments that quickly, but you've got to know what you want. And when you find it, you've got to say, this is it, and jump, because
Yep, you almost have to walk in the door with a contract in your hand and then
right.
fill in the amount after you've seen the house.
Yeah.
So the days of 2 or 3 or 4 months on the market, gone.
Gone. Yeah. It's amazing how fast they go. And especially
Right.
things that are, that most people are looking for right now. They wouldn't want to buy my house because it had to be renovated, but they want something that's ready to move in. They want to have it, no reconstruction or renovation to do. They want everything fixed and done, and jump in and live there, which is good because then you don't have to go through what I'm going through. But
Well, what's interesting is that CNBC had a thing, and these investment groups that are
Yes.
just sweeping around all over the country,
right,
buying homes just as is.
right.
They don't
Yes.
care.
Yeah. I think it's just the individual person that's buying doesn't really want to have to go through the renovations. They want to have it updated and ready to live in. But the iBuyers or the investment buyers, they're buying everything, and then they do the renovations and either resell or rent or whatever they're going to do with it. But
Which when you think about it from the seller's standpoint, that's good that sellers have options nowadays, because there are a lot of sellers that don't want to put the money into renovating their homes if they're going to put them on the market. And I don't suggest that they do that, because there are plenty of investors out there, whether they are individual investors that buy and fix and flip houses, or whether it's an institutional buyer group, an iBuyer group that does the same thing. Either they buy and actually, I just read something recently that there's one group that's buying new construction homes and renting them.
Wow, really?
So there's a lot of possibilities out there for sellers. Yes.
yeah,
It makes it more difficult for the buyers, because now buyers are not only competing with individual buyers, they are competing with companies with deep pockets.
It's amazing.
yeah. That's why
It's
you
amazing.
got to be ready to get it. If you want it, you've got to be ready to go right then, because it won't be there for long. Somebody will come in and get it.
Well, and we're getting, whether it's postcards or direct mail from
That's what happens when inventory is low.
Oh yeah.
oh brother.
Yeah,
We have,
definitely.
we have postcards going out this week about the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
My
Yeah.
mom who lives with me has a property in Missouri, and she gets a letter every week. She goes, something must really be going on with that neighborhood. Someone wants to buy my house every week. I'm going, Mom, they wanted to renovate and resell it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not just in this area, it is all over the country.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is-
It is.
By the time this year is over, I'm sure that the numbers that come in will be historical numbers
Yeah.
Yeah.
as far as the real estate market. They thought last year was busy, but I think this year will be historical numbers.
Well, I think we talked about this last week. It ran into a coach of the Idaho team that we played last year
Right.
in the Nationals, and he was talking about this influx in their campuses in Twin Falls, that of Californians that are coming in.
Right.
He was saying he sold a house that he bought for 135 and wound up selling it for high fours.
Yeah.
And he said they're out of San Francisco and they thought they were stealing it,
Yeah.
yeah.
and so he just said, okay, he bought 2 more homes. He's going to renovate and resell them again.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Right.
See, that's what motivates people to get into it, is when you have that kind of a market too, because there are people all over the country moving away from those, states that are high priced properties and going someplace where they can get much more for their money. They can get a
Sure.
huge house compared to what they're living in.
Yeah. And if you get moved to a state with relatively low taxes, I mean, they're all, kind of crazy, but, except my old state, California is totally nuts. And by the way, for all you listeners in California that are listening, and you're planning on moving here to Florida, you have to call Eileen and Paula first. And
Absolutely.
Definitely.
but then be prepared to pay an exit tax.
That have they passed that? You
They
were
did.
talking about, oh
They
my
did.
goodness.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I've heard that California is not the only state, that there are other states that have something similar to that also.
Right.
Connecticut and New York. We have friends in
I
Connecticut.
heard New Jersey too.
Well, that would not surprise me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they're all doing it now.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe those lawmakers in those states should figure out a way to keep their constituents instead of raising things so much that people want to exit those states.
That's true.
There you go again. You're trying to use logic on this show.
Oh, well, what can I say?
Really? Oh,
Oh, brother. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't always work, but
Yep. So, have you got any special offers maybe for?
Well, funny you should ask. If you remember last week, I said that we had basically certificates available for anyone who is going to list their home with us before December.
Uh-huh.
I started out with 10 and we're down to 9.
so if somebody's taken advantage of it,
Cool.
so that's good.
Yes.
So there's there's
So
room for
if
more.
you are thinking of selling your home and you want to talk to us about our certificate, this is still full service listing. So we provide our full marketing program to you. And it is at a very reasonable commission rate. That's what the certificate is for, that very reasonable commission rate. So contact us and we're happy to discuss it with you.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
But has to be before December. We're looking for listings now.
So I can sell our house now?
No, you can't sell hers, but you can sell yours.
Your dog
Oh.
house might be worth a lot though.
My dog house. If she hears this, it will be. Oh, brother.
Oh, that's cute. Well, then if you sell and are out of your home and in your new home by December, you won't have to do what my mom and dad did when I was very, very young. They sold right at Christmas and they were moving during the holidays. And my dad and a friend did this bright thing. They thought it was bright anyway. They took the Christmas tree. My dad held the Christmas tree outside the vehicle, completely decorated, and drove
No.
it to the new house. And yeah, they tell that story all the time. They didn't even break any ornaments. And I'm like, oh my
What?
God. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That reminds me, we moved twice during the holidays. The Christmas tree was up in the house both times before we had a lick of furniture in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but they seem to move it at the holidays every time they move too. But when I was really, really young, and the tree wasn't huge, obviously, but my dad had a hold of it and carried out. They laughed about that for years.
Sounds like the Griswolds.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to consider where we grab.
Yeah, I was just thinking, think of Missouri, they probably didn't
Yeah.
are.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, you can take the hillbilly
Oh.
out of the state, but you can't take the hillbilly out of the person. That's for sure.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
geez.
Oh Lord.
Oh, well,
Oh.
you hear all kinds
Oh
of
my
crazy stuff.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that we digress. Sorry. It's time to buy a house and sell your house. So we've got a
So
coupon.
Paula has some listings she's going to go through now. And then I have kind of a fun article after that.
Cool.
Okay. So there's actually several listings. I was going to start out in Indiantown. There's a listing in Indiantown that is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that's 1,786 square living feet, 2,670 total square feet. It is let's see if I can get this right, 12-acre fenced, well-established
Ooh.
pastures and grazing, fenced corrals, live oaks. So you've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath farm with plenty of room for storage, and they have stalls are equipped with solar-powered fans,
Wow.
green room, plenty of room for storage. So if you want to have horses or animals, this would be a nice, basically a farm, but 12 acres. So sounds like a beautiful place. They're asking 720,000 for that 3-bedroom, 2-bath home and acreage.
Carol might
So-
be interested in that. She can put me out in the barn.
Yeah, there you go. But it sounds like a
You're
real,
gonna have your own pasture.
yeah, yeah. And you have something
Wow.
to eat too, all that grass.
All
No.
that grass. 12 acres. That's a
That's a
wow.
good sized property.
It sure
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, and Indiantown is going to be, that's,
It's
in
booming
Martin
out
County,
there.
that's the new hotspot.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eileen and I were out there not long ago, and there's a lot of places that are building out there. It's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
growing like crazy. Then you could if you didn't want 12 acres, you could come back to Stewart area, and you could have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,774 square living feet, and 1,900 total square feet. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch style home with open concept, large living room, great entertaining, new AC in 2019. Power lines are underground, and you have city water and sewer, but you do also have irrigation. The well is still operable for irrigation of your property. So
Oh, that always saves.
yeah, definitely. So it sounds like a really nice place, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and they're asking 380, and that you would be in Stewart, so you'd be a little closer to town.
Mm-hmm.
But then another home in Stewart, 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home, 2,067 square feet of living space, and a total square footage of 3,004. This is a pool home with a 2-car garage, screen pool located on a cul-de-sac. So it's a nice quiet area, pretty house with a pool. And they're asking $497,900 for that home, and that's in Stewart. Then you can come a little further north to Jensen, and you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,180 square foot living space, or 4,498 total square feet. So this is a pool home with an oversized 2-car garage and an additional 2-car carport. It has 42, let's see, the heated metal roof, heated saltwater pool, updated wood look throughout. Kitchen was recently remodeled with new cabinets, 42-inch uppers, and granite countertops. So it sounds like a house you wouldn't have to do one thing except bring your clothes and toothbrush. They're asking $749,000 for that home. So that's a pool.
And that's a big house too. A lot
Yeah.
of square footage.
Yeah, in Jensen. Another home in Jensen that's 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 2,400 square living feet, total square footage of 3,137. This is a pool home as well. It's actually a waterfront pool home on close to 3/4 acres of property. Let's see, kitchen was remodeled less than 2 years ago. Stainless steel appliances, granite countertops. So it sounds like a really pretty house with a heated pool. And they're asking $674,900 for that home. So you're getting a pretty good sized home, 3,137 square feet. So that's in Jensen as well. Then we're going to go to Okeechobee, which is a little
Another
west.
town that's growing.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
west of
Yes.
us.
Yes.
This home isn't quite as large as the others. This one's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home with 864 square living feet, a total of 1,250 square feet. Freshly painted, located in town with impact windows and doors. So it sounds like they've done some upgrades to that home, and they're asking 145,000 for that 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. So that would be a nice one if you don't want lots of room to clean.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
then to Vero, we'll go a little further north. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,329 square living feet. And this actually is a condo in that area. Let's see if it tells me if it's 2 stories, but it doesn't say whether this is, let me just see if it's first floor. Doesn't tell us whether it's a first floor or not, but they're asking 230,000 for this condo in Vero. So that sounds like a nice place if you'd like to be in a condo community. And then Vero has a single family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,877 square feet. And this is a pool home as well, move-in ready, and 3-bedroom, 2 baths, screened in heated pool with a hot tub. So
Woo.
yeah, sounds like, and room in the yard for an RV. So you just bring your toys and have a good time. They're asking 449,900 for this house, and that's in Vero. So more, or are we doing more? Are we up to your?
Oh, sure.
Do you have something in Port St. Lucie?
Let me see. That's
Got about 10 minutes left. We got plenty of
oh,
time.
Yep.
all
Plenty
right.
of time.
Let me get. I had a lot. Okay, here's Port St. Lucie. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. It's 1,781 living square feet, 2,190 total square footage. This is immaculate, modern, eco-friendly, and energy efficient home, completely solar powered with net zero HER rating and very low
Wow.
electric bill. Yeah, so it's got all kinds of neat star stuff. Boasting with superior construction, including foam insulation, impact windows and doors, Energy Star appliances, 50-gallon hybrid water heater, and water
Wow.
conserving plumbing fixtures. So you got all kinds of fun stuff there. Granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. Sounds like a really nice
They have
house.
solar on the roof. I mean, how are they doing that? That's wow. That's great.
It doesn't say whether it's solar on the roof, but I'm assuming so when it's
Well, it could be that heavy duty.
Well, it depends on the size of your
powered.
piece of property too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is 289,900 for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So it sounds like a nice place.
Yeah.
All right. And then another one here in Port St. Lucie. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2,892 square living feet, 5,189 total square footage.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
you've got a big house with a pool. Let's see here, 433. You've got a 3-car garage as well. Pool home on 1.37 acres. So you've got a good sized property as well. Plenty of room for your toys, huge den that could be used as a 5th bedroom or an office, and metal roof, fenced yard, new standing. I'm trying to read this at once and keep my place. Seam painted metal roof, new air conditioners, new water heater, saltwater pool. So you've got everything in this.
Everything you need there.
Yeah, 685,000 they're asking for this home. Big house.
And that was in Port St. Lucie, right?
It's in Port St. Lucie. Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge house.
Big house.
Oh my goodness.
You've
Yeah.
got lots of kids.
One
got
point-
lots of room.
One point over an acre.
Yes, 1.37 acres. So that's a nice house, nice property. Another home here in Port St. Lucie. This is a 2-2, 1,096 square feet, total square footage of 3,569. And this has a detached garage on the parcel that's adjacent to the home. So you have a lot of room for,
Oh, double lot.
yeah, double lot, and a lot of room
Ooh.
for workspace, workshop, man cave, whatever you need there. They're asking 349.9 for this home. So that's a 2-2, lots of space in there. 3,000 square foot total
Yeah.
living space.
Yeah. A lot of extra space in there.
Boy,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another home.
Our garage makes a difference too. Did I
Yeah.
hear you?
Yeah,
Our garage.
I believe. No, that was the detached garage. I think that the 3-car garage was the.
Oh,
property before
okay.
that. Yeah. This one has a detached garage with on the parcel adjacent to the home, and it's has room to work on vehicles or a workshop or a man cave, one of those fun things. So you
So that must be an
would have to
oversized
do-
garage too.
Yeah, I was going to tell. Oh, we have lost his name. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Wait a
Sorry.
minute. Let me turn around. Check my the label
Have
on
you
my
got
shirt.
it on your shirt? Oh, I'm
Horace?
so sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No.
He wouldn't have to live in his doghouse. He would be able to live.
You can look in the garage, right?
Oh, I graduated from the doghouse to the man
gosh.
cave. Cool.
Tell you what, that's what birthdays do to you. You get older. Oh my.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot. You had a birthday this weekend.
I did. It was
Happy belated birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's one of those that you don't really want to remember, but
Well, what the heck?
hey, it's just another year, right?
40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus a couple. Let's get back to the houses.
Age is just it's a figment of your imagination.
Right.
State of mind.
Exactly.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All those fun things, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it
Yes,
doesn't matter.
yes.
But I don't mind. It's just my body can't keep up with it. That's the hard
That's
part.
it.
Yikes. Okay, so we have
So-
what you want to go to your
Do one more.
one more in Port St. Lucie, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,400 living square feet and 3,192 total square footage. It is a pool home, private pool in a lovely area in Port St. Lucie, close to parks, and minutes to the beach. So it sounds like a really nice place. They're asking 360,000 for this home, and the pool looks fun. So I see a picture of a pool. I always like that.
Yeah.
Now
Cool.
Well, and the fact that you were able to find so many single family homes when you pulled these yesterday
Right.
shows us that there are more properties on the market than there have been throughout the earlier part of this year. So
Right.
buyers do have more choices now.
And nice choices. These homes have about anything and everything that you would need. So
Yep.
Wow.
And a lot of size variations. You went all the way from a 2-bedroom to a 4 or 5-bedroom.
right. So
Yep.
there's everything out there that you're looking for. Just give us a call and we'll help you find it.
Sounds
Right.
good. You got 4 minutes left.
Okay, so I wanted to tell everybody about this fun article that was in the Realtor magazine this week that I read. This was published October 20th, so it's very current. And it was a list of the 20 best places to live in 2021. I pulled the entire article and it actually lists 100 of the best places. But the interesting thing about this that I thought was in the 20 best places, there's no Florida towns listed.
Wow.
Huh?
That's
There are
amazing.
There are some listed on the 100 list, but I'm going to go down the 20 top ones for you, and you'll see that no Florida locations. And it says that this list was compiled because it analyzed more than 1,000 small to mid-sized cities while factoring in safety, affordability, economic stability, outdoor recreation, accessibility, community engagement, plus more options.
Wow.
So number 1 on the list is Madison, Wisconsin.
University of Wisconsin.
Number 2 on the list is Ann Arbor, Michigan.
They sound like pretty places.
The
but
climate didn't come into their factoring process.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
There's a small college in Ann Arbor, I think. Is that
Yes, there is.
University of Michigan.
Go blue.
Yeah.
Number 3, Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, I know that area. That's a nice
Yeah,
area.
I know that area. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty place.
Number 4 is Frederick, Maryland. 5
that's
is
nice.
Charlottesville, Virginia. 6 is Quincy, Massachusetts.
I'm not sure.
And then they went to the West Coast. 7 is Hillsboro, Oregon. 8 is Roseville, California. I know a little bit about Roseville. 9 is Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Oh, I like that.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, been there before. It's wonderful. 10 is Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, yes.
11 is Corvallis, Oregon.
Yeah. Home of Oregon State.
Huh.
Yep. And then they go to Raleigh, North Carolina is number 12.
Home of Duke.
Omaha, Nebraska, cleanest city I have ever been in my whole entire life, is number 13. Downtown Omaha, they clean the sidewalks in downtown Omaha. I could not believe it when I saw that.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. They host, well, they still do. They host the college baseball World Series there. It's one of the great places to host an event. We've only got a minute
Oh my
left.
gosh, we're running out of time. I'll have to do the rest of these next week.
Next
Yep,
week.
That sounds good.
Yep. So how do we get a hold of you?
772-200-5105. You can call or text to that number. You can send us an email at mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com. You can always visit our website and do your own search on there. It's www.mydreamhomeusa.com.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Ladies, have a great week.
You do the
Have
same.
a wonderful week, everybody, and we'll see you next Monday.
You've been listening to My Dream Home right here on WPSL Port St. Lucie, WSTU, Stewart.
This is CBS News on the Hour.